Hi guys, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. We are once again at the Belfry. We're in the tailor-made fitting suite today, and we are talking about pitching with your wedges, and we're going to look a little bit more today at a drill you can do to help with your distance control. So when we're hitting these wedges, we're talking more pitch shots here, so kind of maybe 30, 40, 50, 60 yards as opposed to sort of full shot to the wedges. We know that the direction side of things is a little bit easier to control than it is with, let's say, a long iron or a wood or a driver. However, with these short shots, we would generally tend to see more golfers further from the flag through poor distance control rather than poor directional control. So we want to spend a little bit more time working on our ability to control the distance that the ball goes. Certainly we want to work on the direction, yes, but we definitely want to assign more time to, figuring out how we can control the distance that ball goes. I know my 7-iron distance. I know how far I hit it with a full swing, and that's pretty much all I need to know as far as distance is concerned. With my wedges, I'm going to hit lots of different shots with these clubs. I need to be able to regulate how far that ball goes. Now, when we talk about the distance control, we're really trying to look to the point where the ball lands. We don't really want to count roll and sort of run into this. We just want to work on where the ball lands, and then how much roll we get is going to depend on the conditions, how much spin you use, how much spin you create, what ball you use, the ground conditions, all this kind of stuff. So your distances should always be through the air as opposed to with roll. So I've got a 54-degree club here, and we're just going to go through a little exercise that you can do, which I think is going to really help you improve that element of your game. So you would do this with 10 shots. I've got 5 balls here just to explain to you what we're going to do, but 10 would be excellent. I'm going to pick 2 targets on the range in terms of distance. I've got my first target, which is at about 20 yards, and I'm going to put my second target at about 60 yards. So I've actually got a 40-yard gap there. The idea being we've got to hit 5 balls. Every single one of those balls has got to land within those 2 targets. So it's got to land past 20 but before 60. The idea of the game being that each shot has to land further than the previous ball. So if I was doing this perfectly, my first shot would land about 25, my second shot 35, my third shot 45, and about 50, then about 55. So I'd hit 5 shots, each one further than the one before, but landing within that zone. Once I've done the 5, I then want to work backwards. I'm going to do long to short. So my first one at about 60, 50, so on and so forth. So that would be 10 shots. So I'm just going to do 5 here to show you. What it's going to do is it's going to help you distance control, because every single shot we hit is a different distance. So we have to keep changing what we do enable us to hit that ball the right distance. So let me go ahead and just hit these 5 shots for you. I say my first target is about 20. So I'm going to try and hit this one just about 25 if I can. So let's have a go. Okay, and that's about perfect. So this one I'm going to try and hit about 30, 35 if I can. Now I've underhit that a little bit. It's gone longer than my previous shot, but it was probably only just a little bit longer. So that was probably maybe 29, 30 yards, but it's okay. So I got away with it. So that's 2. So I've got to do my third one, which I'm going to try and do about 40 yards. Okay. That was a better shot. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's 40. So this one's going to be 50. Okay, just about, I think. And this last one, I can't go past 60, so I've got to make sure it's past that one, but not past my 60-yard target out there. Okay, and that's pretty good. So, pretty happy with that. What you'd then do is come back to front. So you'd start with your 60 and then work back. So it's going to take you about 10 shots to do this. It's going to help you, as I say, regulate how far that ball goes. The 2 things that we need to be able to control when we're controlling distance is basically the most important one. We need to be able to control how fast that ball leaves the golf club. If the ball leaves the club at a higher speed, it will go further. The main thing that's going to affect that is your strike. If you can't strike your wedges correctly, you are going to find this very difficult, because you're going to hit the ball a bit heavier or a bit thin, it's going to go shorter, you're not going to get the right distance. So it's just a really, really good drill to get you to sort of start to look at your distance control and start to work a little bit on it, and maybe start to dial in these wedges a little bit more and get yourself up and down a little bit more often. I want you to control the distance in the method that you would feel most comfortable with. Some people would like to use sort of positional stuff, kind of working into you know, where I'm going to move the arms to. Other people like to go more on feel. This is a really good drill to start to figure out which method works for you. So some people come to me and sort of say, you know, do I do this on feel, or do I want to work a little bit more on positions, kind of where my left hand is relative to my body, or maybe a clock face theory. I would have my preference, but what I would try and do is give the ownership to the player and say, well, let's have a go at this drill. Let's do, you know, 3 or 4 rounds using each method and see which one gives us the best results. I would feel more comfortable getting a player to use a method which is proven to work better on the golf course, rather than just a method which I think is going to work better on theory and paper. So have a go. Try and vary the distance with a few different methods. Do it by feel, do it by positions, and see what gives you the best results. Okay, give this a go, I should say. And you will, I guarantee you, start to improve your distance control, start to dial in those wedges, start to regulate the distance a bit better, and that's only going to be better for your golf game when you get on the golf course. Okay, so give the drill a go, let me know how you get on, let me know if it's difficult, if it's hard. If you find it too easy, squeeze the yardage up. So rather than 20 to 60, do 20 to 50. Make it a little bit harder. If you find it too hard, go the opposite way, go maybe 20 to 70. It's going to give you a little bit of a bigger area to aim at. It's going to make it a little bit easier. You can always make it harder a little bit later. The other way you can make it harder is rather than hitting 5 shots, try and hit 6 shots. Okay, so you can tweak this little drill to suit you. If you find it too easy or too hard, and it's adaptable, you can change it to, say, suit your needs. Okay, give it a go, let me know how you get on. Post those comments in the box down below, whether you liked it, whether you know, how to go with it, whether you couldn't do it, etc, etc. Let me know, and I'll do my best to respond as much as I can. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do so. There's a link in my description box, and that'll just get you first access to the videos. It just means that you won't be seeing the content. Okay, so thanks again for watching, guys, and we will see you again next time.